At least this has been a very, very good map in the past,
Yeah,
especially with upsetting big teams. Obviously, Selfless, I'm not going to put them in the same sort of range as when we saw that like VP and Na'Vi get upset by these teams. But yeah, Mirage always a very, very strong map for them.
No,
So
I believe, yeah, I mean, TYLOO has just been one of the innovators on this map. I think there's been periods in time where, like, Brazilians, like Kaboom, for example, Kaboom, and then after that, there was a period where, well, Cloud9 is one of their home maps. TYLOO have invented so many different ways of playing Mirage that sometimes come down to just simply taking A, and they've been able to have these 5 smoke executes that are quite different than a lot of other teams playing. Like, even if you don't watch a lot of professional CS, if you've watched a few games on Mirage, A is kind of the place where you can innovate the most and it be the most apparent to the casual viewer. And we see TYLOO come up with these new inventive strats that they're like 5 smoke executes because you can throw them all from safety, but how they play after the smokes land, like their strategy where they throw the smoke wall down on the site where it goes from under balk across through default and then triple and then stairs and jungle, and then they all fall back to A ramp and go into these like really dedicated after plan positions instead of searching out kills. And that's kind of a strategy that just like we're like, whoa, well, TYLOO has some game. Then they're doing some of their own stuff as opposed to just stealing from other teams. And so yeah, they have been one of the teams that I'm sure a lot of teams have borrowed from them on Mirage at this point.
yeah, well, especially with that, you have to talk about the difference now, however, because that was like the well-practiced, spending hours and hours and hours a day, TYLOO that had just been ready for whatever was coming up against them. And now it's sort of, well, for starters, they've had to go back to a different in-game leader, as the other one is no longer in the team at all.
Yeah, that is right. In-game leader, big
not
hit.
even the coach as well. The coach probably helped them quite a bit with coming up a lot of the setups that you would have. I know that definitely in China, the coaches do a hell of a lot of work.
Yeah.
So to just have him completely gone from the team, that's going to be a ridiculous change. I know they've got another in, but how much can you do in 2 days?
I think it was at Starlighter when we casted that the coach was talking about how he spent like 14 hours between the
like
time of the match,
the whole night. Yeah,
the entire night, not slept, and then prepared strictly for the team they were going to play. So he's probably had a heyday. He has probably had a lot of work to do.
Well, either way, we are finally into the game. We're getting ourselves underway. It is TYLOO versus Selfless into the pistol round. And, wow, look at this buy already from TYLOO. Quite a lot of nades on the board. The Tech-9 onto HZ as well. And they're just going straight out onto the B side. The CTs, however, they're playing from short. And well, this is actually quite a nice strategy. A retake, but they've already found themselves that first pick.
Yeah, they've got to push in, and here, actually, T's need to get a kill, but it's already 4-on-3, and Breeze has found an opening as well. 2 people pushing into the market, and that crosshair looked like it's tracking pretty well, but the kills go to the way of the Glocks, and now it's just two people left. Slemmy and Caboose have to kill 3 terrorists in pretty good positions.
And Slemmy does actually have a kit here, and well, you look at the position of the bomb, it's not the best, but after tapping it, well, the T side, they go straight out, they push through, and they've got themselves that pistol.
Yeah, without that smoke, it's almost a different round, but because that smoke goes down a market, it forces TYLOO to make a play. And the thing is that Selfless know this, however, losing Slemmy instantly after the smoke is thrown means, there's absolutely no chance that 1-on-3 is going to happen. Them pushing out of those 2 choke points and then just surrounding them was just a little bit too much.
Yeah. We are going to have that force buy coming in for the CT side. No surprises there. Quite heavy on the rifles as well for the Ts of TYLOO. Not going to be risking too much. Captain Mo saving with a Tech-9 in his hands. Not overly surprised by that either. But, well, you look at the CTs, they're not really doing anything too special. They're just going to play in their sort of default stance, hope that they can find some picks along the way. And, well, the real big advantage of all those rifles being in the hands of the Ts is you get 1 kill, you get yourself a rifle.
Yeah, that is a big reason. Now, you could look at it as playing scared from TYLOO, but the thing is that if you are scared in this situation, you just want to put down a few more dollars, give up the kill reward, get the rifles that you know are going to win you the rounds, especially if you're anticipating the other team to force up versus you. So I think it's a worthwhile kind of sacrifice to guarantee the second round instead of try to play the long game and play it as if you're definitely the better team and your SMGs versus what could be a buy, but have to guarantee that you win. Instead, TYLOO, I think, have a lot of finding out about themselves to do, but what a shot from Nifty.
Yeah, nice start to the round for the CT side. There's only 40 seconds left on the clock, so the Ts are going to have to get their move on 1 rifle down, but of course they do have 1T that doesn't actually have anything in hand, so they could just retrieve that one. Nifty will be taken down. No one in a very good position, but Mo is aware, and already they have the site to themselves. The bomb should be able to go down, but they do have Caboose pushing in from behind. Slemmy as well, but look how late they've saved their smokes. Been able to throw them down. The bomb plant will be very, very safe. The remaining 2 players shouldn't be able to do too much, especially with Mo finding that headshot.
No, I want to say that they almost had the intention of sacrificing HD there. I think on the walk-up, if he had gotten a kill, they would have all followed up. But once he didn't, they kind of used him to sell a fake in the sense that they waited a little bit of time and made Selfless hope that it was going to be a re-exec A, but gave them time to maybe think about, oh, should we go stack B instead? And then decided to execute. Kind of a foolproof anti-eco. They also have the gun within range, so if someone like walked out in front of them A ramp, they could have just killed that guy, gone for 4 for 4, and then exec A and felt a lot more safe about it. But still, not so bad. Nice shot from Nifty, but just a consolation prize.
Yeah, especially, well, taking into account that the rifle will actually be picked back up. They haven't really lost anything in terms of financial game, as Mo's just gone straight back to the Tech 9. And, well, now it is just straight pistols. Can't expect too much from Selfless in this round. They're just going to complete eco, not a single dollar spent. And, well, this should be an easy cleanup. Any players lost is just a win for Selfless, really, as they may be able to get a rifle.
Yeah, there isn't much to say. I'd say one common misconception is that you have absolutely nothing to lose with these pistols. Now, before I say anything else, it is true that ultimately, if they do get a rifle out of it for their lives, it would definitely be worth it. But at the end of the day, if you die, you are giving up a certain amount of money depending on what the other team has. So there is something to protect, especially at this level, that maybe if you don't have a plan, you don't want to be reckless and go out searching kills. And I think that's why they kind of stood back a little bit and waited for what could be safe exits. Yeah,
and also, well, when an SMG's in play, it's a much different story as well. Normally you'll see the hunt come in from the T players, but they do manage to clean up. The AWP will come in onto both sides. Nifty, definitely one of the players we want to be watching at this stage of the game with that AWP, and he will go straight for some mid-aggression. It's going to be Captain Mo looking to go for that counter peek, but they have smoked it off. They're playing it relatively safe, and Nifty, he's just going to wait for anybody trying to push through the smoke.
Yeah, top mid control, very standard from the terrorists. This is something that you can do as a T and get away with it most of the time. The first battle comes out, and what a spray from Caboose. That was excellent. Through the smoke, and there it is. Breeze finding another kill as well. And, at this point, CTs can fall back. They have a 4-on-3. They've done this early in the round. It's really up to the terrorists to make a play, and they don't want to go 1-for-1.
Yeah, will be picked back up by DD, so they haven't lost the AWP. The long-range weapon is still in play at the moment, and they're still challenging for this mid-control, but as you said, Selfless, they're just going to surrender it now. They've got that man advantage. They can play to the sites 2-2, in fact, at the moment, although there is a little bit of a rotation coming out from Breeze just to try and find out something, as they don't really know the positions of the Ts, although the smoke should have given that away, and you can see that from the short control that's currently coming in from the CT side. And with 50 seconds left on the clock, well, sooner or later, they're going to have to make some sort of a gamble, but HZ should be able to find something, but that footstep's going to give Breeze the information. It's all going to come down to the duel, and he'll get away with it. Breeze facing the wrong way.
That's a huge loss. I mean, now it's 3-on-3. Oh, an op kill comes out on a rotator as well, and HZ has window control, so this is a big problem for no one. He's going to be sitting in CT, but it's actually a split towards B through the marketplace. You wouldn't expect this. Slemmy puts himself in a pretty good spot. He's looking for the multi-kill, and unfortunately can't get the second one. Now the bomb's going to go down. It's a 1-on-2 for no one, and an op still in play for TYLOO.
He does manage to get the first, however, so it's down to the 1v1. DD with the AWP, so a missed shot here could give no one the opportunity he needs, and that's exactly what happens, but he doesn't have a kit either, so he's got to make his move very, very quickly. The AWP of DD still holding the angle, but he knows there's nobody on the bomb at the moment. Will flash out, but again, he's just not taking that peek, and, well, no one. He's just running out of time at this point. DD should have baited him into a round loss, and it is looking like the Ts are going to get themselves a fourth.
Yeah, just about the last chance there, and there is no time anymore. He's got to fall off. TYLOO pick it up in a really well-coordinated round. I mean, it looked like, to me, after getting that window kill, they were going to go ahead with the A-split, but I guess that successful lurk in the window meant they were going to follow their initial plan all along. Really good stuff. I mean, if we were going to talk about how they might look a little bit discombobulated because of the fact that they have just had to emergency replace players, then I think a round like that would have probably spoke volumes for one side or the other, and we just saw that they kept it together, so that was some good stuff.
Yeah, quite interesting with Breeze, though, in his position. Like, it did seem he heard the step, but then looked the other way.
You know, that's a really good point. He maybe was doing too much in that situation because he heard an enemy. He knows that he's in window, and he could have held that angle, but he was worried about someone coming up connector. And it's like he has one more teammate at A, so either he should have been on the other side of window where he doesn't have to worry about that and he can watch the window cross, or he had to get some more info somehow and couldn't do that either. So maybe he did put himself in jeopardy.
Yeah, it is going to be, once again, somewhat of an eco. Of course, no one able to save a little bit, and somebody, he's just in this smoke. They're both going to walk past him. It seems like, he's realized now. This is just going to be absolute slaughter. Somebody gets both players from the B side. The aggression does not pay off. Of course, can't really blame the aggression from the CT side when they just have pistols in play. The 1 AK is down as well. Bottle finding the kill, and, well, a perfect round coming out from TYLOO, cleaning things up nicely, building some cash, and a 5-0 start on the T side.
That's like the round, you know, somebody sitting up there on the balc, and then you know your teammates know that he's going to push up there and wait. That was his call probably from the beginning of the round. I would have just killed those two people and said, they're mad. And then my teammates would have came B. That's when everything just comes together really nicely.
4x back for the CT side. We've got the AWP as well onto Nifty. Hasn't had too much of an effect in this game so far, and the smokes have been isolating him. Will miss the shot, trying to catch a player out over towards middle once again, but hasn't lost too much as of yet. He'll retreat out with his life and keep that AWP in play, and not giving him an advantage over to Selfless, or over to TYLOO at the beginning of the round.
I'm really interested to see this round because we're starting out the same way that Selfless actually won mid control last time, going up 4-3, and then followed up with, well, ended up losing the round because of that window lurk. But now there have been no trades made, and the bomb is staging up over towards B. Slemmy gets a very important frag and realizes he can't fall off quite yet. Knows that someone is most likely going to be there to trade, and fortunately gets away with his life and 100 HP to boot. So, missed smoke. That is definitely supposed to be a stair smoke. Coming out. Some nades that make it look like they're not actually coming here. The bomb's going to be a little late as well.
And no one is going to find the pick, and it's looking like a cleanup at the moment for the CT side. One pick will come in for Captain Mo, leaving it into a 2 versus 4. Bomb still in middle, but this should be a round for Selfless now. They need to convert this one, otherwise things could go very, very bad early on in this game. Bottle is going to be able to take some short control, and he does have the bomb. There's only one player actually over towards the B side. He's trying to spot, and with Captain Mo pushing in, there is an opportunity. Brings it back to a 2 versus 3. Now they're going to make their way over towards this A site, and really it's only Nifty anywhere near the action. If they catch him out, this could be a round going back the other way. He's going to miss the shot as well, but manages to do it with the USP, drops the bomb, and that should be the round now quite easily for Selfless.
Oh my gosh, I wondered if that was going to end up really badly after that cross came out. Bombs recovered. I mean, he had no... I mean, he was probably worried about just dying after time at that point, but gives up the op. Selfless pick up one round, and once again, win mid-control in a sense. I mean, TYLOO didn't give him much of a fight there, but what was really weird was how they kind of trickled back towards A in that 5v5 situation with almost no plan. So they there are a lot of times where teams rely so heavily on getting the opening kill, or for a team to answer them as aggressively as they're used to when they go mid, for example, that they're used to trading out and having to do a 3v3 or something like that, that when the time runs down their 5v5, they're actually lost. And so I wonder if that's going to be a situation for TYLOO, because they look desperately lost for a team that has just won 5 rounds in a row and 2 really solid ones with great rotations.
Captain Mo ready and waiting. Slemmy, pot flash will come in. He's completely blind. Both go for the timing shots. Secondary up, of course, picked up in the last round. So already the double AWP coming in for Selfless over on the CT side. Early aggression comes in towards mid again, and it will be a quick trade. Nifty manages the first pick, but somebody is ready to trade, and the CTs, well, still not giving up this mid control. They really are challenging this early on in the rounds.
Yeah, they want to try to hold on to this. Some damage is being traded. Mo comes out the victor. Bottle has kind of bled down to 23 HP, and Caboose can no longer watch connector, so this is a bit of a problem. Selfless with 3 people alive and 1 completely smoked out. Have very few options, and it looks like the window boost is about to come out. No noise will be made here.
They're actually just waiting for the smoke to fade. Mo finds another onto Slemmy, who tries to find out some information from the peak onto short, and well, now they're just going to go moving back towards this B site once again. The rotation being helped, but actually no one finds the kill, and Caboose with another 2 versus 2. Maybe there is some potential in this round for Selfless. Captain Mo been very good so far in this round. 2 kills to his name. There's 2 more to find, and Well, only 25 seconds left on the clock. They really do have to start making their move towards this site. No one should have spotted one out. Mo finally misses a shot, but going through the smoke, it's risky as hell trying to transition onto both players. But Captain Mo, quad kill in the round, 6-1 up. And while this is going to be painful for Selfless on the rebuy.
Yeah, I saw opportunities there for both teams to win duels. They were kind of really insane duels for either person to win. So at that point, I mean, when Selfless were able to make it 2-2, you'd think, okay, maybe they're still in this. Their key players are still alive. But at the end of the day, another good 2v2 from TYLOO with that. And Mo missed a shot. He did miss a shot into the kitchen on a player crossing. He thought, okay, maybe Selfless are going to find an opportunity here to get out on cycle.
Chance.
Yeah, just a very small, and then gets 4 kills, of course.
Yeah, that's. He was just like, okay, let's give them a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
And you know, the sort of American dream sort of thing, and then he's just going to smash them back down into the ground. We're in China, boys.
We're not in America. Yeah, exactly.
But either way, it is going to be 6-1. I think that was one of the pauses gone for the Selfless side of things. So they have taken one. I think it was definitely needed, as after winning one round, losing one straight back, they are going to be hurting at this point in time. They've invested a little bit into this round, but really there shouldn't be too much in this one. And, well, the T side, obviously, everything is peachy at this point.
Yeah, it's tired. It's obviously been tiresome how much of this game has been just economy, at least from Selfless's perspective. But it's been TYLOO who've done a great job on the important rounds cleaning up over and over again. So that has to be noted. And there it is. All 5 players go down. Another really good anti-eco from TYLOO. They've only lost 1 player on a couple of these. And obviously, they are firing on all cylinders. Selfless have a decision to make. Do we buy? Winning that round, I think on an island a couple of rounds ago. It's put them in a kind of an awkward spot. This is the double save potential. And yeah, it looks like they're going to invest a little bit in the half armor. Just a smoke and a flash on Slemmy. And because they're on CT side, obviously, it's a little bit harder to group up to do something. And instead we'll 3-2.
And well, one of the things you normally talk about when it comes down to... Oh, he's already got a kill. He's so quick on the trigger, Captain Mo. I don't even get to finish my sentence, but the T-sides can suffer in these sort of occasions when you bring in players. Your strategy can go sort of down the toilet, but so far they're just out-fragging the opposition. Most scenarios, even if it's, say, 2v4, look possible for TYLOO at this point in time. No one, well... He's going to get removed from the map as well. And they are just doing very, very well on these sort of anti-eco rounds. Breeze has managed to get himself an AWP, but, well, he said is very, very quick to take his head off anyway.
That's a solid point. I mean, if you think something is going to fall apart, it's probably going to be on T side if you have to change strategy up day before, 2 days before. That's when that's the side that would be affected the most, because you've got to be the aggressor on T side. You've got to clear a whole bunch of angles. You can be 5 players in one place, or 3 players in one place and 2 lurkers, or an opper and then someone to support him. It's way more dynamic.
Or even effective trading as well. Just knowing your players. Obviously, TYLOO do have a little bit of a bonus, as they have played with at least one of the players before in a previous roster or previous time.
But as you're saying, spacing is something that you get better at as your career goes on. It's not even something that you just understand and can learn by watching a YouTube video or something like that. You've got to have the experience.
Either way, we are going to see nades going in onto this B site. 2 players ready and waiting. Caboose is the first one, and, well, it's nifty to actually find the shot with the AWP. The bomb has been dropped. Caboose in a very aggressive position, but this is working wonderfully. 3 kills already for the CT side. Somebody will be able to trade one back. Captain Mo was waiting for the rotation, but, oh, no, that's not a shot we want to see. Somebody still fighting away, however. Found himself another kill, and he's alone on this site. I don't know how he's surviving at this point in time.
Not only is he surviving, another kill as well. 1v2, 55 seconds remain. The bomb is in a reachable location, but the CTs have caught wind of where it might have landed. And I don't know if Mo does he see a rifle? No, he doesn't. Oh,
he does
there
now.
He does. He smells him. Oh, a player crosses, and he's keen on shooting bench as well.
These are getting very, very close. He seems to have the right idea where both players currently are. The Molotov's going to go in. This is going to force no one out. This is such smart play from Captain Mo. It's down to the 1v1 Breeze. Well, he's gone to NRG. Let's see if he can clutch this one out for Selfless. They really need this round.
Oh my God!
A shot!
No way!
Mo, that is ridiculous!
No way!
This guy is insane.
Holy smokes, dude. And he missed that. I mean, he warms up every round. But by the end of the round, Oh my gosh. That was just a great play from so many perspectives, right? The fact that he was able to identify where they both were in the site, be confident about it, and then in that 1v2 uses nades so effectively. That Molotov could have very easily missed. I'm pretty sure he launched it through the window. And if not, he still had to bank it and make sure that didn't land on Van, like, to flush that Selfless player out. I mean, that was good stuff.
That was a 2v5.
That was a 2v5, that's right.
And
it was somebody
round.
getting 2 kills to help him out in the site in a position where he was completely screwed.
Yeah, a ridiculous round coming out from TYLOO and Selfless. That was one that they really needed. They're back to these pistols once again. It's not the 1 round reset, but, well, not for a bit of a gamble. I am liking the Palace position at the moment, though. 2 players currently round the back in Palace. They are isolated, and it does seem like TYLOO know exactly where they are already. HZ going to be trying to spray them down. They do have a player flanking as well to hold them in. That will be Bottle. But a phenomenal start coming out from TYLOO, and, well, no surprise, a flawless round once again versus these ecos.
Yeah.
They have been so good at these anti-ecos so far.
Yeah, we'll look back at this half and we'll see that Selfless obviously haven't had that many opportunities to buy, but that is their own fault. There's nobody to blame but yourself in that situation. A lot of these rounds have been winnable. Losing 2v5 is demoralizing, but it's catalyzed maybe by the fact that they've already lost a 2v4 earlier on in the half, so not many excuses to be made, really. Can't say TYLOO played half bad on those rounds.
Oh, no.
Ooh,
it's going from bad to worse. Bottle, he starts off with a double spray down on the aggressors of mid. And
this is just the 6-man. You know, this isn't even their starting lineup.
Yeah. This is worrying. Maybe he will be soon. If they continue like this throughout the tournament, I don't know why they would make any changes. Obviously, somebody in Captain Mo having a phenomenal performance so far. Both of them with 15+ kills.
I will say that when TYLOO lose on Mirage, it's when they do badly on T-side, like almost every time. But it is hard to stop them from having a phenomenal T-side. Kind of curious what the picks and bans were at this point. This is a map that, I mean, I kind of associate with TYLOO above anything else.
Well, even just Chinese CS in general. They've been very, very good at Mirage, very, very good against even the top European teams on this map, and have pulled out upsets. It's one of those that eventually a lot of teams are just like, you know what, let's just not go to Mirage. Cash was another that I think that some of the Chinese teams also enjoyed, but this is the one that you sort of think, okay, you don't want to go here. Nifty, of course, is trying his best to save this AWP into the next round and doing a good job of it. TYLOO, they do have an abundance of cash, of course, 4 or 5 players surviving every single anti-eco. They are stacked at this stage in time. Nifty, he is going to be slightly surrounded. Player pushing in, DD may be able to catch him out. Last second, going to get him as well. That is just more than painful. And, well, they are going to call in a second pause, but at 11-1?
Yeah, 4-round maximum. And then you have to move into your own T-side. This is the stuff nightmares are made of, for sure.
Slemmy better have some good strats.
This is where Slemmy comes in.
Oh,
this is where Slemmy busted out. Yeah, this is going to be the true test of the Slem Dog.
I don't even know what you say
That
at
is
this
too
stage.
much pressure. That is too much pressure to put on one man. It is far beyond Slemmy at this point.
Yeah, well, it's not even like that we can sort of say, okay, one player's coming up and having his moments. It really is just they're being outclassed by the looks of things. Fragging-wise, it isn't the most complicated CS, for sure, coming out from TYLOO. A lot of the time, it is just either basic smokes, like you said, holding over towards ramp and just waiting, and a lot of mid-control.
A lot of mid-control, yeah. I will say I think the biggest tribulation of having Slemmy as an IGL kind of sub is that he has a lot more structure than most IGLs in general. So that might have been the hard part.
Yeah, what it was said on the desk as well, like if you practice for very well structured teams, you come up against this. I don't really know what you can do. A couple of kills coming in though already. CT side actually doing quite well in this. They brought it back to a 2 versus 2. No one with armor and an AK. They are actually going to be in a very good position. Bottle only on 3 HP. Of course, the other man left alive is Captain Mo, who has been very good so far. And there he goes, getting another pick. No one will be able to bring it back to the 1 versus 1, but it's Captain Mo. And I think it's wise. Reposition. Find yourself a different angle, because if he's holding it, he barely ever misses.
I mean, this is going to be his third 1v2 of the day. You would have to assume odds are in his favor right now. He's going to have the ability to plant. He knows almost certainly. Okay, there he is. He's clearing out CT. So the thing is that, and it looks like no one might be aware of the fact that he might be making this play, but he might also be letting the bomb go down And now instead, he's gonna pull some next gen tactics over here and push through CT and potentially get a plant. I wonder if he's just gonna try to wrap and catch no one, but it looks like they're on the same page. This is a huge mind game right now. Both players spotting each other. Unfortunately for no one, just misses the shot, and that's what it comes down to. That is crazy though, how in sync with each other they were.
But both players with an incredible read of where each other were going to be going. Unfortunately, it is just Captain Mo. He's back in that driver's seat of the team. He's got his captain armband back on, and he's doing one hell of a job.
Another third 1v2.
What do you do?
What do you do?
12-1 at the moment. TYLOO, well, dominating. No other word that can be used at this stage. Well, not one that I can actually say on stream. Either way, it is going to be the AWP back in the hands of Nifty. Really hasn't had a wonderful time, and it's not going to get any better. Captain Mo is just on fire at the moment, takes the head clean off. Somebody will find another, and he's not going to miss. Why even ask the question at this stage?
Yeah, lights out for Selfless right there. Now that we're back, only Slemmy remains. A 13-1.
They even kill one just to
kill one, yeah. I mean, you guys can't do it, so let us do the honors.
20-9 for somebody, 21-4 for Captain Mo. And I believe that quite easily, to be honest. He hasn't been dying. He's the one winning them these close rounds, any close rounds that come in. And last round of the half, it's not even going to be a full buy coming in for this CT side. This has been absolutely ridiculous. What a first game.
Yeah, dude. I mean, what a crazy first game. Now that pick, for example, Nifty had just lined it up improperly and had to readjust really quickly. And by the time he readjusted, literally Captain Mo had peeked that angle and was also ready. You know, had perfectly lined it up. So just that window of opportunity quite slim, and it's been TYLOO to capitalize over and over again. That's really just been one example of a situation that's happened so many times in this half.
It will be looking to try and get that 14-1 on the board. Of course, the second round, can't really expect too much. Even if they had a phenomenal T side, it's a lot to ask. Well, DD will start things off. Caboose able to trade one back, but it is just a 1-for-1, meaning the T still have their advantage. Will be a couple of trades, but again, it's always the T's coming out on top. Nifty will be able to get one back, and no one finally giving the advantage. Well, now it's a different man. They've taken down Captain Mo, but it's somebody, the other person, stepping up in this game to try and clutch this one once more for TYLOO.
Beautiful time to have that connector smoke. And another opportunity for no one to maybe put together a 1v1. The last one was definitely rough, and here he's made half rotate out and has decided to go up cat. This is going to be quite interesting. I mean, it's a tough, like, he wanted to go apps in this situation to be able to kill him, somebody that is, but now has put himself in a spot where I'm not sure what utility he has, but, you know. Oh, somebody's just waiting for the cross right here.
He knows exactly what's going on. The read.
I love how aggressively he played that.
Well, that's the JW, isn't it?
Yeah,
just do the little circle around where you know the player is. And, wow. What do you say at this point? Every clutch situation has gone the way of the T side, even when it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't see a comeback coming in. I think
I like how you entertained it, though. You're such a kind person.
Yeah, like
you're such a positive.
I would have quite liked to see what Slemmy had to offer on the T side. That's the only thing I'm really disappointed about.
That's true, yeah.
Is that one of the things that this team, like, they changed it. They got rid of Mitch. They're gonna go, okay, we're gonna bring in Slemmy. Maybe it's just for this tournament. It probably is, but I wanted to see what they had to offer on the T side, and the fact is they lose the pistol. We don't get to see anything.
No, yeah, that is a really big point. I mean, I can understand that too. Sometimes, like, honestly, we've seen games that are stomps both ways, and it's just because team likes one side, and sometimes just that day. Sometimes just that day we're great on T side, you know, and we're just not great on CT side. Things aren't clicking. I'm sure, if anything, they probably just spent a lot more time focusing on T side in general. When
well, they are a scary T side team.
Yeah,
they have the players to open up the rounds. And
well, yeah, I mean, I've fallen into this trap on my team as well, where it's just like we focus so hard on T side because there's so much more coordination required that you think, all right, well, on CT you just either take one or two setups and then you stand in 5 spots and you frag out. But there is a lot of work to be done on CT side, and they might have underestimated it or maybe couldn't catch up quickly enough on their T side to begin with. But yeah, it's going to be tough.
Well, yeah, and no matter who we look towards on this team at the moment, it is seeming like even the sort of star players, the players you name, are just not getting anything done. They're unable to. Like, we've barely even said Breeze's name all the way through this game. Obviously, he has left the team now, but it shouldn't have changed anything really for this tournament. And then you talk about Nifty. I think he's lost that ult battle every time.
I remember at the I don't know, it was an MLG minor or something like that. Like, Kusa had been picked up by Liquid, and he had to play the minor with Selfless, and then he played really badly, and they all thought he just like threw the game or something like that. You know, and he would not entertain that idea. I wouldn't believe it either. But I think the sentiment there was that maybe mentally he was kind of checked out, though. You know, maybe that's why he didn't play so well. Because at the end of the day, I think Breeze is sitting here, and I'm not singling him out. I think anybody in this situation would feel like this. But he's sitting there and he's thinking, you know, we're getting embarrassed right now. So, you know, it's like, honestly, does this reflect on me at all? Like, do I do I have to really worry about this? As much as maybe you want to win and make everyone look good and, you know, worry about your individual performance, it can be really easy to check out in a situation where you feel hopeless. Whereas everybody else is kind of like, well, we've got nowhere to go tomorrow. We've got to go back to practice. We've got to play more tournaments together. Breeze can just be like, well, I'm moving on to better things anyway, or different things.
Yeah, well, you've also got he's not the only NRG player here either. He's got Marky.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he does. So we'll see if it's a similar scenario. I do feel like it must be.
Marky's got some national.
Yeah, I feel like there's
though,
sort of a last hurrah almost because he's played with those guys, I imagine, for quite a while. The Quetzal team. They actually finished third, of course, behind Selfless and the Canadian team. I think they were called Subtle at the time, but now they're just Team Canada.
Team Canada,
which
TC.
I think I like a little bit more. But yeah, so they're going to be a team that I am interested to see how he performs. Of course, there is he's building a little bit of a name for himself, but we need to see him in sort of one of those teams. And I think Breeze and him could be a pretty deadly duo. But today, at least, it is all about TYLOO. And like all the way through the last few days, I think every single person I've spoken to is just like, I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I mean, what is going to happen? Nobody knows.
Because it must not only, like you talk about, okay, the fact that they have actually lost two very, very good players, but also just mentally just going into this tournament like this.
Yeah.
They don't seem taken aback at all.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it was like a pull up your bootstraps moment because literally you're playing probably I mean, I don't know if this is the biggest tournament that's happened in China thus far. Probably, right? I mean, it's just an enormous tournament by any measure. But the fact that they're in China and also that these are technically not subs, you know, they're going to expect that they have to continue playing with these players for a long time probably. They have just decided we got to get used to it.
Either way, we are going into the pistol round. It could be the end of the game coming up very, very shortly. It will be the bomb going down, but the man advantage still sticks with TYLOO. And, well, Nifty, he's going to be the one going aggressive. Got the Tech 9 in hand. It will be a quick trade. Nifty actually gets himself a second back to the 3 versus 3. No kit in the hand of the remaining players. Now we look towards DD. Gets the first, knows where the second is. There is actually a player behind that they haven't really taken about, but either way, DD, one more man to go. And, well, this is... yeah, they're just taking their time now. Yeah. I don't really know what they were looking for. Maybe the Tech 9. They picked up the kit, but they had plenty of time in the end of things.
Yeah, plenty of time. Yeah, it's always good measure though to prepare to look for a kit by the end of the round, no matter what. I think you just don't want to get messed up thinking, oh, we can defuse, but maybe we can't. But either way, and they plan to have one. That's just unfortunate. What can you say? I think pistol rounds are extremely 50-50. There wasn't too much to say about what was wrong with the strategy of Selfless. Did a very simple A-take, push CT, no smoke there. It's a simple strategy that works even if they know what you're doing. So quite common, but they couldn't pull it off because they couldn't frag.
Yeah, of course. Both teams just going to fully invest into this one. It could be the last round of this first map. Never would have seen it going down this way, but this is absolute madness from TYLOO. They are going to be looking to try and take this here and now. Bottle starting things off. Nifty will be able to get one back with the Deagle, and it is just going to be trades to start things off. Actually, down to a 2 versus 2. Nifty will be able to retrieve the bomb, and also Slemmy getting a UMP. Nifty will, however, go down in that bomb position. Well, that's it. It's done and dusted. 16-1 in the first map.